You know, there's a reason there are so many songs and books about being in your 20s. It really is a weird stage of life. Whether you're in college, going back to college, or post college, going into the workforce, it can really feel like you have to have it all figured out. And if you don't have it all figured out, you're behind. Something's wrong with you. But really, that's not true. I was probably about 16 years old when I realized that pretty much everyone is just winging it and doing their set of routines that they've made for themselves, and their life is just made up of all the tiny decisions that they make day to day. And it's not like this, oh, I have it figured out. Life is honestly just what you make it. And so every little decision that you make every day, decisions that you make over and over, that forms your life. So this having it all figured out is honestly not even a reality. Nobody has it all figured out. There are some people that have some more things more figured out than others, but nobody has like this golden key of like, oh, I've figured it out. As many of you know, I moved across the country a year ago and started a brand new job in a industry that I never had a job in before. And I spent an entire year at that company, and it really grew me and changed me. And then the owner of the company is kind of reformatting his business, and I was like trying to figure out if I wanted to stay after the year was up. And we came to a mutual agreement that maybe it was best for me to try something else and figure out what I wanted to do with my life, since that job was kind of just the ticket for me to be able to move out here and have an income. And that year that I spent at that job was so beneficial. I learned so many things, and those skills will stay with me. So it's not like the time is wasted. And that is something that I have had to learn, is that, especially like with my being in college for like 3 years and then eventually dropping out, I've struggled with feeling like that time was wasted. But in reality, it wasn't, because being in college shapes you. It helps you be more disciplined. It gives you so much knowledge and interpersonal communication skills and like time management skills and all these things. So even though I didn't get a degree, those years that I spent in college are so impactful and have shaped who I am today. So going back to the job, that was my life for the last year. And now that that's gone, my life can look like whatever I want it to. And that's honestly kind of scary, because I do very well with structure and clear expectations and routines. So now that my life can just kind of be whatever I want it to be, and I'm like trying to decide what I want to do moving forward, that can be a very intimidating place to be sitting at. And to be perfectly real, the last 2 weeks have felt like I've just been playing catch up. Honestly, it's only been like a week and a half since my last day at work. But I have just had so much catching up to do of things that I was putting off because I didn't have time when I was hustling through the last little bit of work there. And so honestly, for the first week, I didn't even have time to think about where I was gonna go from there. And that can be kind of scary. Like, not having an income can be kind of scary. But if there's one thing that I've learned, especially in the last couple of years, it's that God always works things out. There have been so many things, even little things like this couch. I got rid of the old couch because I didn't like it anymore. And then I was kind of just like periodically looking for a new one, but I was just like, there's no good options. And I just was getting frustrated. And I just was finally like, I'm just not even gonna look for a little while. And one day I decided to look again, and this couch was on there, and it was perfect, and we went and got it like the next day, and I love it, and it's great. I was so worried about it, but I just needed to wait the right amount of time, and then the right one came around. And that is a small example, but so many of those things have happened in the last couple years of my life that have honestly been very faith-building. And there's actually a huge one that is playing out right now regarding work and school. And I'm not entirely ready to share it publicly because I just want to make sure that it's actually happening before I say anything about it. But when I am able to share what it is that I am hopefully going to be doing. There's just so many evidences of God's hand in this and little signs that I am on the right track and open doors and closed doors. And it's so cool to see God working tangibly like that. This video is going to end up having many different topics in it, but it's okay. We're gonna roll with it. I want to address the post-good decision feelings that can sometimes occur. Often, when we make a decision, even if it's a good decision, we can feel a little uneasy about it afterwards. But that's just because it is going to instigate change in our lives, and most of us don't really like change. So what I'm hopefully going to be doing in the next year is really exciting, but it's terrifying because it probably involves going back to school. And it's been 3 years since I've been in college, and I honestly kind of wonder if I'm even capable of getting back into that routine, that mindset. But I know that I am, and I know that I like learning, and I know that if this is God's will for me, He will help me to do well in it. So I honestly have been praying lately, like, if this is your will for me, please help me not to talk myself out of it because I'm scared. Because I am really good at sabotaging my own opportunities because I'm scared. So what do I want you to take home from this? Being in your 20s is a really cool time of life. You get to experiment and try different things, and the stakes are pretty low. If you make a mistake, if you get a degree, decide that you don't want to actually work in that field, you can go back and get a different one. You get in a relationship, it doesn't work out, that's okay. You're still young. You can find someone else. Not that you can't find someone else when you're a little older, but you know what I'm trying to say. We can tend to feel like we're behind schedule if we don't have the degree and the relationship and know what we're doing and where we're going in life. But seriously, everyone is on their own timeline. Your timeline looks way different than my timeline, and that is okay. As long as you know that you're doing the best that you can do with where you're currently at and what you've been given, that's all that matters. We just don't want to become stagnant because we're like, oh, well, none of my decisions really matter right now because I can just do whatever I want. Not to that point. I just want to encourage you to be curious and do try different things. Shadow people in different professions. Try something that scares you, that you're kind of interested in, but it seems like it's a little less financially secure than a different option. Like, who cares if you end up having to move back into your parents' house because you ran out of money, because you tried something that you really enjoyed and it didn't work out for whatever reason? Like, that's not the end of the world. Like, we get so caught up in this, oh, I have to swim. If I sink, like, I'm done for. That's the end of the world. It's not. The moment that you start stifling your curiosity, your creativity, your desire for adventure, that's when you really start to settle into this life that is not going to be fulfilling. Yes, it's important to have financial security and stability and some sort of structure in your life, but we need to stop feeling so bound to this narrative of you graduate high school, you go to college, you start working, you get in a relationship, you buy a house. Who cares about the timeline? Be curious, be creative, test out different things, because I don't want you to wake up in 5 to 10 years and realize that you settled for a life that was what society wants you to do, but yet you're not happy in. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox. TED Talk is over. If you are in your 20s, just find ways to enjoy it. Try new things. Don't get stuck to what you think people want you to do. Be curious. Figure out what you enjoy doing. There are so many jobs out there that people don't traditionally think of, but are honestly pretty high paying and way more fulfilling than anything that might be more of a traditional degree or career path. Don't let yourself be kept in this box of what society says is the best jobs to get or the best life trajectory to be on. If you have something you're passionate about but you're scared to chase it, but you know that it's what would really bring you joy and fulfillment and would help people and add value to this world, don't let yourself lose that. Yes, you might have to do it on the side while you have a financially secure job in order to make it. But if it's something that you're truly passionate about and it is able to be monetized, that will eventually grow to the point where you don't have to have this job anymore and you can dive full time into what makes you happy. Feeling like we have value to add to the world and like we're helping people is honestly such a valuable thing. Nobody wants to feel like they're just a cog in this piece of machinery that is our society. If you have talents and passions and you don't chase them, you're honestly selling yourself short. You were placed in this world to use the talents that God gave you to bless other people and to help other people and to teach other people and to come alongside other people. Like, we are not meant to live for ourselves. It is so easy. Believe me, I do this all the time. It is so easy to just live our lives and not even think about other people. Like, just have our little world and that's all that we're touching. But we are meant for so much more. We're supposed to impart the wisdom that we have learned through life or through books or through mentors or anything. We are meant to impart that wisdom and that knowledge to those around us. We learn so much by teaching, and if we are just receiving and not giving, we'll become stagnant. And I don't know about you, but I actually enjoy sharing what I've learned with other people. And that's part of the reason that I keep coming back to this YouTube channel. Yes, it's not easy to sit in front of a camera and come up with things to say. But like right now, I'm fired up. Like, I have words to say. I have things to say. But when I first started this video, I had no idea what I was gonna say. I mean, I had a couple topics that I knew I wanted to talk about, but like this raw recording right now is almost 24 minutes long, and I did not think I would be talking for that long. So I should probably wrap this up. But I am passionate about sharing the concepts and the ideas and the tools that I've learned. And this doesn't make me any money right now, but I know that one day it probably will. And I know that in the meantime, I can bless so many people. Because as long as I know more than the person I'm teaching, that's all that matters. I don't need to know everything. I just need to share what I know. And someone who hasn't heard these things will be helped. And that's all that matters. Okay, I should probably shut up before this gets insanely long. But if you enjoy this type of content, please leave a comment down below. Let me know, like the video, subscribe, and I will be posting more videos now. I know I took a big break, but I will be coming back to it. It might not be weekly, but I will be posting content again. Thank you so much for watching.